Now at 5, a Joplin church is asking for support from the community to continue operating as a warming shelter. Plus, how some Joplin bars are handling NFL games streaming on multiple services. And a look at what's next for Republican presidential hopefuls after Donald Trump resoundingly wins the first contest of the election.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We are slightly warmer today, but the freezing temperatures aren't going away just yet. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, another cold one for us today. Most of us high temps 12, 13, 14 degrees, which is still 30 degrees below where we should be for this time of the year. But the sun has helped with the snowpack on the roads. We still have a lot of side roads, which are slippery, but most of the main roads are looking pretty good. Now, temperatures are going to fall right back once again for us tonight. It's 9 in Anderson, 16 Nevada, it's 18 in Parsons. Grand Lake is sitting at 5 degrees, and we still have a breeze out there, so that makes it feel colder than what it actually is. Wind chill factors from about 0 to 5 above. These will drop off once again for us tonight. Clear skies, not a whole bunch is going on here, so we're going to stay clear tonight. Temperatures will slide back into the upper single digits. Another cold night for us tonight, but we should get above freezing tomorrow. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. Joplin First Church of the Nazarene is providing shelter for people to get out of the harsh winter conditions. Recently, the church hosted nearly 150 people, according to the pastor, Shannon McGarrah. The church provides a place to shower and 3 meals a day. However, due to high demand, resources are running low. The pastor is asking for donations or assistance from the community.
This year, we're providing 3 meals a day. So it's been a little hard because we are not, we're not funded by anybody. We are donation driven, and so with providing 3 meals a day for 100 to 150 people a day, it's been a little bit hard.
The church is requesting items for sandwiches, including meat and bread, as well as clothing and bedding. A warming shelter in Miami, Oklahoma is shutting down its emergency operations tomorrow. The Good Neighbor Coalition provides resources to community members in need. During the extreme cold, they've also been serving as a warming shelter. However, they're going to provide that service only until noon tomorrow. Officials say they'll monitor the community's need for them to open as a shelter again. NFL fans are not the only ones jumping between streaming services to watch games. Area sports bars are doing the same thing, and it's costing them a pretty penny. Old Chicago and Joplin and other area sports bars chose to not host the Chiefs' wildcard playoff game due to Peacock's prices for establishments.
The NFL package is not a cheap package that we purchased from DirecTV by any means. But then to add on, for a business, it's not cheap. It's not the $5.99 that you get charged through Peacock to watch the Chiefs game. We pay per seat in the restaurant, per TV.
The good news is you can watch the next Chiefs game Sunday right here on KOAM. The first votes of the 2024 presidential campaign are in the books. Former President Donald Trump won resoundingly in the Iowa caucuses. Now all eyes turn to New Hampshire and beyond. Skylar Henry is in Washington with more details.
Former President Donald Trump will be campaigning in New Hampshire Tuesday evening, fresh off of a resounding win in Iowa. For Trump, the Republican nomination appears to be within reach, after only 100,000 Iowans have voted so far.
I want to make that a very big part of our message. We're going to come together. It's going to happen soon, too. It's going to happen soon.
Ron DeSantis, who finished second in Iowa, and Nikki Haley, who came in third, did not deliver the surprise showing they were hoping for.
I think Iowa represents a missed opportunity for those who wanted to stop Donald Trump from winning the nomination, especially Nikki Haley.
Dante Scala, a political science professor at the University of New Hampshire, says Haley in particular needs a strong showing next week in the Granite State.
Haley has to convince them that she's the pragmatic choice. The way to do that is she needs some polling that shows that she's still within striking distance of Donald Trump, let's say by the end of the week.
DeSantis actually made South Carolina his first stop after Iowa, where he took shots at Haley in her home state.
Look, she was governor here for 6 years. Can you name major achievements under her tenure?
Scala says as important as New Hampshire is, South Carolina may be an even bigger stage for the GOP race.
Do you see them sticking around after South Carolina, or do you think they'll pull out?
One way or another, South Carolina is the end of the line for Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, or quite possibly both.
Former Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy both suspended their campaigns following the Iowa caucuses. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Haley announced she would not be participating in Thursday's New Hampshire debate unless former President Trump also takes the debate stage, something he has yet to do in the primary season. Donald Trump returned to the courtroom today for the penalty phase of a New York civil defamation trial. The jury will determine how much Trump should have to pay writer E. Jean Carroll for comments he made in 2019 denying that he sexually assaulted her. The judge has already ruled the comments defamatory. Last year, a jury found Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation in a separate case for separate comments, awarding Carroll $5 million in damages. Trump maintains he does not know Carroll. Still ahead, traveling for the cuisine.
Food festivals are a tasty addition to many tourism hotspots. I'm Wendy Gillette in Grand Cayman on their growing popularity.
And next in Health Watch, how a new reconstructive surgery is giving a little girl a new lease on life. Topping today's Health Watch, a new study published in the American Journal of Drug and Alcohol Abuse finds cannabis is not an effective treatment for opioid addiction. Researchers say this conclusion is significant because a number of states have authorized medicinal cannabis as an alternative treatment for pain instead of opioids. It's estimated that opioid use disorder and related deaths cost the U.S. economy more than $1 trillion a year. The combination of chronic inflammation and poverty might lead to an early death. Researchers at the University of Florida found people living in poverty with high levels of inflammation have double the risk of dying from heart disease and nearly triple the risk of dying from cancer within the next 15 years. The pandemic caused no significant increase in preventable illness or deaths for children, but it did delay some diagnoses, especially for diabetes and cancer. That's the findings of Canadian researchers who compared data before and after the potentially deadly virus emerged. They urge education campaigns for parents and caregivers about important signs and symptoms in children who might need medical care in future pandemics. A new kind of reconstructive surgery at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia has turned a little girl's life around. Stephanie Stahl has more.
Letting you know
Prepping for a life-changing surgery.
I feel like you're giving me good luck. High five!
Liliana Perales is headed to the OR, her parents filled with anticipation and worry.
I love you, my girl.
Liliana was born without an ear. Her parents decided she should have surgery to create a new one so she wouldn't get teased and feel self-conscious.
We all wanted her just to feel complete and whole and not feel any different.
The family turned to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Liliana has hemifacial microsomia, causes part of the face not to develop as the rest of the face.
Dr. Jordan Swanson says it's a relatively common condition. With Liliana's case, she hears from her other ear, so the operation was to create an artificial external ear.
So this is the challenge. We have to reconstruct this.
Instead of the traditional surgery using cartilage from the ribs, Dr. Swanson is now working with a medical-grade plastic framework.
And it has little pores through it that actually the body's tissue can grow into.
During the 6-hour operation, tissue from the skull and skin grafts are used with the plastic frame to create Liliana's new ear.
We're done.
Did she do good?
She did great.
Yay!
She did really well. Thank you.
The 5-year-old's ear is under wraps for some healing, then the big reveal.
Can you look in the mirror and see your new ear?
She didn't want to look in the mirror in the beginning because it was like different.
And now the ear is completely healed.
The doctor fixed my ear.
Do you love it?
Yeah.
She is so happy that she has 2 of everything now, and she feels so complete now.
Which includes having pierced ears.
I'm so excited for the life that she has ahead.
The family is filled with gratitude and excited for Liliana's future. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Philadelphia.
A new kind of reconstructive surgery at Children's Hospital will involve some reconstruction on one side of Liliana's face. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, why the planned merger of JetBlue and Spirit Airlines might not go through.
Plus another super cold night for us tonight, but we are going to start to warm up. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, another cold one for us today, but we are heading in the right direction, which is good. We did set a record low this morning as we dipped back to -7 degrees. And if we look at the month so far, all the blue days are days we've had below normal, the gray days, normal days, red days above normal for this time of the year. But look at this stretch. I mean, we had a midnight high Friday, but Friday was in the cellar. 19 Saturday, only 1 for a high on Sunday, 9 yesterday, 12 for us today. But we should get back above freezing as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. Nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Our temps around the region: 14 Stockton, 9 in Anderson, it's 18 in Parsons. Chanute is sitting at 12 degrees. But still, that Arctic air is in place. It's starting to shift a little bit more toward the east, so we're going to see it kind of retreat a little bit as we go through the next couple days. You still have the northwest flow or upper level winds right out of Canada, and that's what keeps that Arctic air really kind of plummeting toward the south. But again, it's going to start to retreat just a little bit. By tomorrow, the Arctic air kind of shifts off toward the east. Unfortunately, there's another system on Thursday and Friday that kind of pulls it back south, but it only sticks around for a couple days. And then by early next week, the Arctic air is gone once again, and then we get storm systems out into the region, which actually give us rain instead of snow across the area. So we are going to have rain chances and warmer temperatures, especially next week. All right, still kind of breezy. Southerly winds, 5 to 10 to 15. So this makes it feel colder than what it actually is. So wind chills right now near 0 on the Missouri side, near 5 Kansas and Oklahoma. These will take a dip once again tonight. Wind chill factor is about -10, and then they should warm into lower 20s for us tomorrow. It's still going to be breezy, even though our temperatures are going to be warmer tomorrow, so that's still going to make it feel kind of cold outside. But clear skies, nothing going on here. Here's our next storm system, which will affect us by the time we get into Thursday. Until then, just super cold night, 5, 6, 7 degrees. By noon, I think we'll be near 30, which is great. Once we get into the afternoon, most of us 35, 36 degrees. So we're going to do some serious melting for us tomorrow. All right, tomorrow night, clouds increase. By Thursday morning, we may get a few light snow showers, maybe a few light little flurries kind of passing by. Still mid-30s on Thursday. Then the colder air sinks in. Thursday night, again, some flurries, some light little snow showers passing by, but it turns colder again with highs only in the teens by the time we head into Friday afternoon. All right, 7 a.m., 14:30 by noon. High temp tomorrow, right around 35, which is 10 degrees below normal, but way better than what we've been. 36, morning flurries on Thursday. Only 19 on Friday, down to 3 Saturday morning, so a couple more days of Arctic air. And then we get into the 40s. Look at next week, a pretty good stretch of 40s. I think the Arctic air will be gone for the rest of the month, which is good news. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're fed up with it. We've had all we need.
No problem.
Thanks, Chuck. Well, it might be warmer, at least in the short term, but some schools and businesses might still be closed on certain days. If you want your closings to show up on our website or scroll across our stations, be sure to sign up for our closing service. To do so, you just go to our website, click on the closings banner. You can also call our front desk from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday for assistance. Coming up, look at the growing popularity of food festivals among tourists. Topping today's Consumer Watch, a federal judge today blocked JetBlue's multi-billion-dollar purchase of Spirit Airlines. The judge outlined numerous concerns in his ruling, including increased fares for Spirit's customers who often rely on the airline's cheap prices. The Justice Department sued to halt the proposed deal last spring, arguing at the time the merger would result in fewer choices for travelers as well as higher fares. However, JetBlue claimed the merger would actually work to lower fares. Costco is cracking down on membership sharing. The company is testing a new system requiring shoppers to scan their membership cards when they enter the store. This replaces shoppers showing their cards to employees when they walk in. Costco also started asking for membership cards and photo IDs at self-checkout stations. The membership model is critical to the company's business, offsetting expenses to keep the prices low. Food festivals are increasingly popping up in communities all around the world, while some well-established events keep gaining new fans. Wendy Gillette reports on the tasty trend from Grand Cayman.
A band serenaded the crowd at Casa de Campo Resort and Villa's first food and wine festival in the Dominican Republic a few months ago.
It's really going to be the catalyst for an annual event, which we'll plan every fall here.
Drinks were flowing at the 7,000-acre resort, which features a new spa and premier section overlooking one of 3 golf courses, as celebrity chefs, including Akira Bach, welcomed guests. Food festivals are growing in popularity. One 2023 survey shows almost half of global consumers were likely to attend a food and drink festival over the next year, topping film, theater, music, or sporting events.
One of the world's most exclusive food festivals, the Cayman Cookout, here at the Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman, celebrated its 15th anniversary this past week with almost 100 events.
The whole concept started as any good ideas with a glass of champagne on the beach and thinking, what could we do?
The festival offered a lawn concert and blowout parties by night.
This carrot juice is cooked down.
With cooking demos and tastings by day overlooking the turquoise water, along with catamaran tours and seemingly endless garnishes of caviar.
The Wagyu is full.
But it's the easily approachable chefs, including Eric Ripert, Emeril Lagasse and his son, Andrew Zimmern.
It's hysterical watching them.
Kristen Kish and Jose Andres that differentiate this event, among those offering us special rates.
Being in paradise and with a lot of people that you really enjoy for their food or talent, and be interacting with them, it's rare.
Toronto resident Jonathan Pierce appreciated the chefs as he attended for the first time.
Being able to sort of see them almost sort of up the competition, because they're almost trying to outdo each other, is really quite fun to be part of.
The sun may have set on year 15, but the dates are already in place for next year over the MLK Day weekend. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Grand Cayman.
Food tastes even better with an accent, I suspect. Event tickets at the Cayman Cookout this year range from $95 all the way to $5,000 for a private jet excursion. The late Anthony Bourdain was one of the chefs who helped launch that festival 15 years ago. Champagne sales lost some of their pop in 2023 following a few record-breaking years coming out of COVID-19 lockdowns. A report from a trade association Comité Champagne finds total shipments last year from France fell to 299 million bottles. That's a decline of 8.2% compared to 2022. It marks nearly a return to pre-COVID levels of 2019 when 297 million bottles were shipped. A final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, we're going to meet a pair of New Jersey mayors who share more than a job title. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more on a local church's needs to keep operating a warming shelter. Plus, how the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Missouri gave kids something to do with local schools closed because of the cold. And it's day one of the Tony Dubray Classic in Liberal, Missouri. We're going to check out the matchups. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Some good news for you. The warming trend is going to continue.
Yeah, that's always good. Super cold for us tonight as we dip back single digits once again. But 35 tomorrow, not too bad. 36 on Thursday. We are going to get some flurries or a few light snow showers on Thursday. Back in the deep freeze Friday and Saturday, and then 40s next week. Not bad.
Yeah, that'll be welcome for sure. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.